Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Starters Orders, and it crashed due to my intro. So, we're going to try this again. That was really weird. I've not really had that. I clicked on a horse, and it crashed the game. So, I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, but I'm just going to go through very quickly what I did before. Our 3-year-olds ran decently. We didn't have a run for one of them. Took him in second place, hard to judge based off those runs and the races they were in, the horses they were against, exactly how good they are. But I think both were positive runs. And then we had a winner in Brasingman Hague in just a normal allowance race. So, while three, who knows? So we got some like really interesting tough races coming up that I'm just not sure that are the right thing to do in a lot of ways. Um, and then with the 2-year-olds, we retired one that didn't look like it had the stats to become anything. Got pretty badly beat them without a major reason why. Um, in their first maiden, and I don't think changing distance or running again would have really improved too much. And I think, it would have taken like 3 or 4 maidens to win. We got so many 2-year-olds. We had 10 of them, so get rid of one early is not a big deal. And I'm pretty kind of happy to do that. I think that was needed. So we had like 4 or 5 that won maidens this year. I think it's 4, and then another 4 won another 4 won at the second time of asking, and the only one that didn't and who crashed the game when I clicked on them was Voronova Tycoon. Um, so yeah, I don't know exactly. We did run green in the first, so that's mitigating. And then we didn't quite get this one. So going up to 6, I think maybe works. And hopefully it's a better track. We're coming off grass back onto dirt. That just might be what it takes. And maybe 6 works as well. So all in all, not a bad start to the season. We're in a good place. We've bred from Townry Audience a great horse last year with Candania Terry. We got 5 Morton up next, and then Zaynat Morton's our only other breeder ready to go. So we'll run through these races and then probably jump back into the breeding. But I don't mind where we're at, and I don't mind the horses that we've got. So yeah, I think it's going to be kind of interesting. I'm looking here at the sales because I it's so ingrained in me to look at all the yearlings and the 2-year-old sales and the breeder sales, and I think we're at the point now where it's just the breeder sales, and even then, I'm not sure we're going to get anything worthwhile. Even when good horses come up, they're just not that good horses. So, yeah, I think that's a very interesting place to be. Did I just skip our race? I think that was our race. I think I saw a flash of pink on the bottom of that list way too late on. No, okay. Whew, I got scared. Um, yeah, top weight is the Risen Star. We were told a mile 2 was a little too far. Mile 1 would suit better, so we're coming back to that. It's another grade 2, and like I say, we're carrying more weight because we are, the top rated, top graded form horse. Um, Again, unless we win and we win by like a decent clip, it's going to be really tough to judge. That's the only thing that's going to point to me being like, okay, this is a good horse on a good run. So it looks like we're out okay. Nice little grey there. I always like the grey horses. I don't know why. We're going to stalk behind Marasienka Comedy. We got Middleton Vizier, Freshwater Burn, Storm Mat. I hate that drop back. Oh, I hate that drop back. Yearbook Spirit, Darnay Skipton, and Bless Lucha at the rear. We kind of get back up before the turn. We run a decently wide turn to give us a lane to run. And then we're gonna come up. Milton Vizier is gonna come up with us. Stormman's, Yearbook Spirit, they're all up. Thought Yearbook would come. Yearbook isn't coming, actually. It's a win, and it's a solid win, and it's interesting. You know? It's a grade 2. We were overweight, but we were the best horse. And that all balances out to a small win. So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those that's it's a good run. It's another positive run. I just don't think it moves much of the needle for us. But we've at least hit all the grades. We've got 2 grade 3s. Now we got a grade 2. We've got a grade 1. A lot of the Derby preps are grade 1s at a mile 1. And so I think that might suit Lamps Link quite well. As long as it's not raining in like the Derby and Preakness, I do think they could be a good runner. They're like a fast track, so as long as it's not a heavy track, I think we're okay. We're okay to run. I say Cops is still at a mile, Haig's still at like a mile 3, mile 4, and Drom's still at 6 furlongs. So Lamps Link might be the the only Derby runner we have, which is suck because I love these 3-year-olds. I really do think that they're better than we've had in a long while. And yet, we might just miss the distance. So right now, if I wanted to split those races, like Lamps Link in the Derby, let's say it does make its breeding indicator and pushes to a mile 2. Drom is out of it. Cops Milan maybe just gets above his breeding indicator a little bit and could do something in the Preakness, and then here could hit that mile 4 in the Belmont. Maybe that works. Really, what I'm hoping for is Cops jumps to a mile 1. I'm hoping we get up here to like 55 stamina, and I feel comfortable running a mile 1. Lamps at a mile 2. Drum, I would love to come up to the mile, and then Haig at a mile 3, mile 4. Then we have mile 1, mile 2, mile 3, and we can attack all the big feature races this season if we have that quality, including that Triple Crown. So I'm not expecting them all to get up into mile 2 for Derby kind of contention. We might have to split if it's best for us. But again, if we do run Lamps and it wins the Derby, then we're definitely running in the Preakness. And if it wins the Preakness, then what do I do? That would become my big conundrum. I've got to run it in the Belmont, right? But the Belmont might be the only real chance of glory that Brisingham and Haig runs. So then I possibly run both of them in the Belmont. But does that hurt my Triple Crown chances with Lamps Link by putting an actual good distance horse in? So we're way off that yet. That might not come to fruition. We know this. This is kind of sometimes what happens. Things look a lot better early on, and then it all falls apart. We know this. This too shall pass. When you're having great success, don't get too high. This too shall pass. When things are going badly, this too shall pass. Right now things look good. We're not gonna dwell too much on that and kind of get too high. It is what it is. It'll be what it's gonna be. So yeah. Please win a derby. Please. And on that point, I want to know if Tycoon please win a maiden. Yes. Oh, I needed that. I guess it's a 6. I guess it's a 6. Over 3.5 lengths ahead. Brand Green was off distance, we figure now, and on grass. I think it's a 6. I'm going to run it like a 6. That's fine. That's fine. Oh. Yeah, we're not even out to February, and we've got everybody, including one that was injured and ran green, maidens. That's step one, done, off the board. Ooh. Now we do have some. We got a trio of interesting races for the 2-year-olds where they're in grade 3, 5 furlongs. I'm not sure fully how comfortable I am with those. You've got to run them and see. I think you just have to. But I don't know how confident I am that we're going to win those. Say Haig, so overweight is going to be an interesting one. This I think is probably our best run. It's only fitpence, and I truly worry about. Open looks good. I'm not really looking much beyond that. Maybe Stitch looks like they're in decent form and they're low odds. But I think that's my most comfortable 3-year-old race. And then Drom going to Saudi. I just don't know. I just don't know. Oh, we're definitely out of our comfort zone right now. Definitely I'm out of my comfort zone. And we're just going to run this. 2 horses look like they're blowing up. It's the first run for everybody apart from us. So we're the only horses run this distance. And we won our maiden and we won it decently well. And we got the best jockey. And it's raining on turf. And that could just change everything. A little late out the gate. Drift towards the rear. And we're just going to sit at the back against the rail. Okay. Maybe versus a closer. If it ain't a closer, then we're in trouble. But up quite nicely. Getting blocked off there. We're getting blocked off. We're getting blocked off. Oh my god. We came back and what? How did we come back? Look, ah! Tardy start, short of room. Just, I'm sorry I skipped that now. Apologies, friends, but it's not a great start. Then we sit at the back. Then we come up on the inside around the turn. Get ourselves in. Coming off the turn, we run into the back of Powina Falls. Overquest is stopping us from getting out. Vanishing Ganhu is just storming inside the final furlong. I mean, we finally get at some distance. And we just power through at the end. Okay? We just headed out a 2-year-old grade 3 over 5 furlongs against horses I don't know. And I unironically low-key believe that might be the best run since Krabby's that I've seen in this sieve. Behind early, to go a little wide on the bend, then go back in against the rail, then got blocked, and at a horse that was steaming through, and somehow still managed to kick into second gear to get out of an issue, get a clear lane with like less than half a furlong left, and kicked on to get up. That might be the most impressive run I've seen since Crowby's in the Triple Crown. And that's mind blowing for me to say that. But a 2-year-old that just short headed, or just headed, a 5 furlong grade 3. And didn't even win big at his maiden. You know? That's nuts. That is nuts. Those bars don't look amazing. These bars don't look amazing. It's 80% extra speed for sure. Oh, there's something there. There's something. What it is it good? Is it sustainable? I don't know. The World Cup Handicap Class 2 for 3-year-olds and above over a mile 3 on turf. Brisingamen Haig. We will be the favourite. 4 pounds heavier than the next horse. A stone 9 pounds heavier than the lightest in the field. I mean, the weights are usually like a good handicap, and they do kind of like pull the field back together. But a handicapped good horse should still beat a lighter bad horse. So there's a touch of quality that I think we might have on this field, which should help us to win. But more to the point, there's not really races right now for us, apart from these allowance conditions, handicap races. So at that point, we just got to run them. We're so wide on that first bend. It's unbelievable. I can finally zoom in. It's such a big field. You just don't want to get caught. And we're on the outside, so we shouldn't get caught up against the rail and get blocked. On the back stretch, like Pulbrook Wars and Akula Livermore leading us out. They've been out there from the start. And now we're working our way inside. And now we're getting towards the rail when we didn't need to. And possibly going to get blocked off. Looks like we've got to run. 2 from home, 1.5. So Bookham Chestnut has got up. On our outside, Darius McClay is coming with us as we drive now inside the final furlong down the home stretch. Half a furlong to go, and we just pull out into the lead. Darius McClay, falling back. Akula Livermore, Bookham Chestnut, not able to compete. And with all that extra weight, Brisingham and Haig up by about 1.5 to 2 lengths, I think. Nice little run compared to where we would have been. Yeah, 2.5. 113 up to a 116. Okay. Okay. 90 potential. Oh, I'm feeling the Belmont there. I'm feeling the Belmont. I think there's 2 horses tomorrow. There's only 1 today, but just on the possibility that I've met something up in my brain, I'm not going to skip the end of the day. Beautiful. Yeah, that was a nice run. That was a nice run. And as good as that horse is, I wish it was a mile 2. I really do. I think it might be able to do something. But at the same time, I think Lamslim's a very good horse around the mile 1, mile 2 range. I think Cops Milan, if it jumped up, would be a lovely little runner for the Derby. A small drum. It's just Cadenia Terry over again. It's a mother's daughter. Nice horse, runs well, can win, just doesn't have any distance. So there is that. There is that. I don't know whether I should run this, but again, there just aren't that many races at 6 furlongs for a 3-year-old early on in the year. So it's got some extra speed. It's got some ability. It's got full finish. Confidence is okay. Bit of cruising burst. I think we run. I think we run. Saudi Cup. Oh my God. Do I really want to do this? Not really. Do I think I should anyway, even if it's a bad idea? Kinda. Kind of. I want to see. I want to see. Okay, Cops top weighted, not top rated. Fitbence is blowing up. That should take the only good horse down a peg or two. I think we got a shot. No, again, how much of a shot? I don't know. We will find that out. So, decent enough start. We don't lag out the gate. We don't drop back. We get up towards the front, and Fitbence is alongside us with Isabel Royale and Terramon Destimio there as well. We drop back even further. Charles Stitch will take up, and we're going to get blocked off. Luckily on the back stretch, and we're able to step out so we can kind of get around. Then we're blocked off again, and then we're blocked off again. We finally get through. We've done a lot of our running so early into this as we come now down to the final furlong. We're going to go. Flaxton's going to come with us. Terramon's going to come with us. Fitbence is dropping back. Henry Orpen is right there. And in the final half of furlong, doesn't look like there's any challenge. We got blocked off like 3 separate times. We still get up. You're at Gulfstream. And it's a solid result. It's a very solid result. Now, if we see the best of Erisina Fitbence, maybe that changes. You know, I've got to take that into account. But at the same time, that's solid. That's really solid. Go for the Florida Derby. That's a mile 1, if I'm not mistaken. So it's telling me to go up. This could be bad. But again, the one that I'm most worried about was Wannabe Sheila. And, like, that's worked up. So Trooper Henderhoop is an interesting one. Don't know the rest of the field at all. So yeah, we'll see kind of what we do here as well. And again, we're in this weird position of my favorite for the race probably is out of it. So we'll see what we can do. And again, not a bad start. We're going to lag towards the back a little bit. Going to navigate outside, then inside. And again, field this big with that many runs in front of us. Very good chance of getting blocked off. But looks like we find a little gap, 2.5 down to 2, coming off the bend onto the home stretch. Trooper Tenderhoop is going to go up into the lead. There is Petit Chal. Have we got anything about us? Final furlong. The kick needs to come now. It's coming from Patrice on the inside. It's coming from us on the outside. It looks like Patrice might just have this. But that's a very good run. That's a very good run in the Saudi sprint. You're at where are we? King Abdulaziz, maybe? I think we are, right? I think we are. I think that's where the sprint is. Yeah. We beat a good horse. We beat a good horse. 7 Grade 1 wins. It's one at York. It's one at Its run at York and Ascot and done quite well. It came to the Breeders' Cup and finished second. Did quite well. And it's got a bunch of domestic wins. It's not a bad horse. Really isn't. And we just about got done by Petit Charles. But I do think that was a good run. I think that was a really good run. And if we don't jump, then the Golden Shaheen might just be the one to go for. That might be the one to go for. Oh, I think we're not getting blown out in those races anymore. We're going to Ascot and doing okay. We're going to Kenilworth, we're doing okay. We're going to Longchamp and doing okay. Now we're going to Saudi and doing okay. Been to Leopardstown and done okay. It's really interesting. But like I say, I think we're getting to that point where we're starting to see a little touch of quality that we haven't had before in our horses. And we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not winning those races. We're not dominating. We don't have a monster. But oh boy, we're close. We are close. And after the last couple of years of being kind of deceived into thinking we might have something that just wasn't there, and looking for something that just wasn't there, I think now we're stepping up a little. Bit worried that we might be too relaxed going into this, but we were relaxed going into our maiden and kind of killed it. Kind of killed it. A little worried the distance isn't quite on, but there wasn't really anything at 6, and I really wanted to get this a good run in a grade 3. And it's turf, and it's rain, and it's expectations. Who knows? We're going to go up to the front alongside Madura ahead and Wilfrida Duston. Here comes some of the field. 1.5 from home on the home stretch now. Moody Privilege has come up, but is not closing. Looks like maybe the rest of the pack falling away behind them. We're not losing them. They are going to come up slowly on us now. Final half a furlong. What kind of kick do they have? What kind of stamina do we have? I think we win comfortably due to a combination of both. I don't think it quite had the kick to get up, but also we just never slowed. We didn't look like we were ever going to be out of it. 2 lengths, maybe off distance, cleanly, easily got up, stalked for the first furlong and a half, then got up for the next furlong and a half, and then just drove out for the final furlong and a half. That's kind of how that race went. Solid start, 1.5 stalk, 1.5 lead, 1.5 drive for the line. I'm fairly happy with that. I'm fairly happy with that. It was a good track. It likes a good track, but it was raining. Yeah. This is what I want my 2-year-olds to do. I want them to win their maidens by 4 lengths or more. And then I want them to win a grade 3 by 2 lengths or more. Like Plateau Brex is doing it. Verse Thinker didn't quite get up by much and didn't quite get up by much. Still kind of there. You can kind of see the difference in the two of them. Yeah, guys, that's not bad. Gotta be honest, that's really not bad. Let's not even look at the auctions. Stop looking at the auction. Look at the Fridays for any weird horses that might go in. But don't look at the yearlings or the 2 year olds. Look at the breeders, look at the Fridays. Ignore the just ignore the rest. And we got ourselves another little grade 3. We're 2 for 2 grade 3 5 furlongs. Can we hit the hat trick? Again, we've run and won on this course at this distance on this going. You got blown in a maiden. You got blown in a maiden. You got blown in a maiden, and you got blown in a maiden. Well, not blown, but you got well beat in a maiden. And then there's 3 that just haven't run. We can't judge those. We don't know anything about them. So there's no point even trying to think about it. So we here at Oaklawn then, grade 3, 5 furlongs for 2 year olds. Parsons Encounter does okay out of the gates towards the front. Jupiter on one side, Promise on the other, Inch Spartacus on the outside. And now 1.5 from home. Here comes Nazareth Roman. They are driving. And we need to kick on now. Final furlong. If it's not here, it's got to be inside the final half furlong. Do we have anything about this? We don't. We just don't. That could be a really good short distance horse. I did expect better. I expected better. It's not a bad horse, but like the question then becomes: is it a good horse? Because answering one doesn't even get you close to an answer to the second. Not all good horses are like super good. Not all bad horses are super bad. And if you're not good, it doesn't mean you're bad. And if you're not bad, it doesn't mean you're good. And I'm kind of thrown by that one. Kind of thrown by that one. Huh. Okay. Well, the next two I really want to get runs in is going to be Reims Phillip and Blackstone Farges, especially Farges. Great start, great acceleration, going to hit top speed, which isn't that slow right away. It's laid back. It doesn't look amazing here, to be fair, but like it went and did something. And not that many horses have really gone and done something. It's another 5. Do we just run you at 5? Do I wait for the 6? Maybe I wait for the 6. Maybe I just take the 5. Maybe I just take the 5. It's the only race there for 2 year olds at 5 or 6. That's fine. What are we doing with you, Drom? Just going Shaheen? It's kind of the same feel to a certain extent. Southernest Match is in there. And Danny Solo. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Kind of think this is the tougher race slightly. So I think that's maybe what I run. So you're still gonna be a mile. You're still gonna be a mile one. And these are all grade threes, right? I don't think there's another big another grade one coming up. You're a grade three, and you're a grade three. So there's nothing really for cops. Louisiana Derby's a grade two. Do I just try and run for see if we can get to a mile one on cops? Kind of makes sense to me. Does kind of make sense to me. And then I hold off. Again, I'm tempted just to run Haig at a mile one to see if we can do it. The only one I want to run there would be the Santa Anita, but if Cops gets a little bit of distance after this run, Santa Anita might be the perfect place. Actually, the Arkansas's there. Oh, again, I don't love this. I don't think this is brilliant, smart race booking. But it might have to be what we go for here. I'm very interested to see how you see these horses and these races and how I'm booking. How would you book this differently? Please do let me know kind of if you think I'm missing things, but like my thought here is just get them into the best races against the best horses as early as possible, knowing you're probably going to cost yourself a win, but like we don't need the money. The grade is just whatever. Unless you hit 140, then your grade doesn't really affect anything. And 140 is just nice to have. It's just a trophy to have at the end of the day, isn't it? So, like, that getting hurt doesn't matter. Form of the horse, if it's got low confidence, etc., then sure, then you got to be careful. But like every run has a chance of getting its potential realized and getting a better horse. And if we don't test distances now, then we're going to cram everything into the next 2 months to try and find if distances are good for these horses. So only a couple of months out from the Derby. So that's kind of my thinking. Trying to explain my thinking to, you guys get all that information and then you can see where I'm coming from and the decisions I'm making. And then let me know how that kind of is differing from how you're seeing things. And I always found that interesting. I always found that interesting because we're gonna have different opinions and different viewpoints anyway. But sometimes some of the stuff you guys say and you leave in the comments, and I read through it and I take a little step back if I remember it. If not, I'll go back and kind of like rewatch the video. I'll skip around until I find what you guys have talked about. certain horses, certain races, the jockey shouts, what shouts you would use, and like either I'll feel more comfortable in my own thinking because I can come up with why I disagree with your suggestions, or I'll see what you're saying that I probably haven't considered before and use that the next time we run to kind of get um, some better feedback in. So I do enjoy reading through that and just taking that step back, seeing it from a different point of view, and getting a better understanding of either the horse, the game, or my own kind of skill set in a way. So in any of those situations, I'm going to be handling the situation better. So yeah, again, top weight, top rated. Don't know the field, but there's a bunch of graded. There's three twos and two threes. Probably not a great field. Probably one we should win. We're only 3 pounds heavier, so it shouldn't be that bad of a handicap. And it's all about the distance. It's a miler running at 1 mile one with 110 yards. Like, this is going to stretch cops out a little bit. And if you've got any chance of like running in the Derby or even the Preakness, I kind of need to see it here, I think. And that's why we're running it. So a decent start, clear a large field and go right to the front. We're about a length clear of Marasienka Comity, which is one of the only horses here I recognize the name of. And I think they ran at the front and did quite well and then dropped off a little at the end. Looks like we got a couple of horses coming up here for the bend as we come off the bend. Oh, we're kicking on the bend. Okay, 2.5 from home. Really quite early. Onto the home stretch. Maljmar Flight isn't really coming up. Here comes Marisenka fighting back into second. From deep, looks like Cloran School is going to make a little run. Inside the final furlong. Way deep. Antar Pilate right there at the end. And we're going to finish 5th, 6th, 7th. Okay. Okay. No, I'm perfectly fine with that. Because that just fully rubber stamps my thinking on Cops Milan. That's a better horse than any of these. By far. It's not even close. It's not even close. We went about 2.5 from home because that's what the horse likes to do. It runs 6 furlongs to 6.5 furlongs and then it kicks. Now we're running a mile one, 110 yards. So that extra furlong or so that it wasn't expecting. So instead of kicking at 1.5, it kicked at 2.5. Jockey could have ridden it differently. I could have given instructions to challenge later. We might have had a better shot of winning. But I like to let them run naturally because that's the only true way in my mind. And again, correct me if you think differently or if I'm missing something. But like in my mind, letting them run naturally with the best jockey just showcases what the horse does well and what it does poorly. And if I'm breeding from these horses, that's the information I really need to know. I need to know, can it just run? Is it a great closer? Is it a handy horse? Is it a pace setter? Does it go out and create this huge lead that nobody can come back with, even though it's dying as it crosses the line? Like, without these instructions, I just let it go and I learn. Cops Milan is 100% a miler. I could run 7 furlongs, hits a mile, just there's no adaptability up for it. Zero adaptability up. So it's a 7th, it looks bad on our record. You know, we've got a 5th place here. We've got a 7th here. couldn't even place top 5 in a grade 2, and yeah, none of that matters. I learned about this horse. We drop a rating point, so what? We're maxed out on potential. It's a good horse. And I can now really just throw this in all the mile races for the rest of the season and feel comfortable. Like, that's where I am on Cops. Cops Milan is a quality miler. And I think it's like May to June we're going to find some good races for them. So, yeah, that's why we run sometimes the way we do. Okay. Drom, let's find you a jockey. Well, that's annoying. Where's Saints? Huh, not there either. Um, yeah, I only remember like one or two jockeys apart from mine in general. I don't love doing it, but like, let's take the advantage. The 8-7, I think. I think it's 8-7 with a £7 allowance, down from 9. So that'll put us at 8-7 exactly. So the weight just matches up perfectly. We get a pretty good jockey on it, not the best, but the rookie weight should help. We're already small weight. We're up against older horses and better horses, that's for sure. But I then feel a bit more comfortable, if that makes sense, in going abroad on a difficult horse. So otherwise I'd have to put Burrell on it and just like find a good horse to run in the derbies, which I don't want to do. I thought one more might do it. Total trash? No, not total trash. Not great. I mean, great confidence, very good cruising burst, but lacks any extra speed or finish application. Just, it's not bad. 1.5 breeder was something that's worth, that's probably going for like 400 to 500,000 a pairing, and then you, with that cover, you probably get a good, not great yearling you can sell. Maybe for 2 million, probably hold on for a 2-year-old. Maybe win a maiden with it. Maybe like find a graded race you can sneak a win in, because it shouldn't be winning graded probably off that kind of dam. But then, or even just sell as an unraced 2-year-old and hope you get the 2.3 and make a tiny bit of money. And then with that 300 grand profit or 400 grand profit, you're breeding from a 400 grand cover from a stud. You do the same next year with a different 400 cover stud. And at that point, you're in pure profit. And so that's kind of the breeding with these good but not great horses. And if you get a really good horse, then you can race it and put it in a breeding barn and just exponentially grow it. So yeah, I think it's something to look at and something to think about when you're starting a game and you're not sure how to get the breeding program really up and running. I'm kind of paranoid now after the crash. I'm saving before every sort of big race day or after every gap. I'm not sure which one of these are going to be first. Kind of want lamps first, because if they win, I'm just going to feel good going into that second race. Yeah, okay, we get lamps. Okay. Okay, so bunch of good grades here. Decent field. Some decent horses that I don't know. Bellini Cum Tudi is very interesting with its form. Roabi Marini, I don't know what to make of that one. Off the form. Feels like one of mine where it's close in a couple, then it has a bad race. It will come good and do something at some point. I'm sure of that. And then we got Brampo Hype. I recognize Henry Orpen. I recognize the two grade twos there near the top. And then, of course, Relentless Holmes, who we really liked as a 2-year-old. Hasn't done much as a 3. Top rated his impact steps. So, yeah, such an interesting field. And this is a quality race filled with some good quality horses. It's the Florida Derby, 1 mile, 1 furlong, grade 1, class 1, 3-year-olds upon the dirt. And we are off to the inside. Here at Gulf Street with a decent start. And it looks like Roabi's going to the front and Terramon alongside us. Relentless and Brampo just inside of Impact Steps. And then Henry, Bellini, and Blue Crop at the rear. A little bit of a weird sidestep. We're going to make sure we got a lane to run in on the bend and some weird, like, up and down movement, back and forth. Left and right. 1.5 from home. Blue Crop is going to go. Relentless Holmes, we know, is a very good runner. Bellini gets up. We're holding off on Reopen. I feel like we left probably like a length to a length and a half with the movement, which still puts us like 2 back. It puts us like in contention with Holmes. And I don't love that. I'm hoping, against all hope, I had a second race. I had the second race. I was in Saudi. I was in Saudi. I was in Saudi. I got so blindsided and kind of upset by that. Small Drum got killed. Okay, good not to really watch that. Only 3 lengths back, but down in 7th. Struggled in this grade. Yeah, it's never going to get distance, and it's never going to win the really big races at 5 or 6. Back off the 2-year-olds. I knew these were tough races. I knew they were tough races. But I had to go and see. That's a miler. That's a good but not great sprinter. That's a really intriguing distance horse, which is probably going to get killed in the Santa Anita. This is the one I thought could do well, and I really wanted to do well. This is the one that hurts the most. This is the most disappointing and disheartening. Leaves me in a really, really interesting place now going into the Kentucky Derby of not being entirely sure what I'm going to do. Danny Solo win? No. Okay. Solid horse, not great horse. So Danny Solo isn't dominant, which is intriguing. I was wondering if it was going to be like this, just nigh unbeatable horse when I've seen it run a few times. And this is very much the same. I don't feel like Romeo Henrietta was in that last race. I don't feel like they were. But we got second and third. Okay. Yeah. I don't think there's any way we win this. Depending how we run and how close we get, there's always a chance that we might be able to run Brisingamen Hague. End of the Derby and Preakness. I'm not convinced, but okay. Wide turn at the back, and I get pinched in by Relentless Holmes. Looks like we're going to have a battle of two closers, which I'm not sure we're going to really win. Coming off the turn, 1.5. We're going to start to go out the outside now with impact steps. Henri Oppen is coming up. Here is Come Tudu as well. Have we left it too late? Maybe. Oh, both just left it too late. Henri Oppen comes in with the victory. Bellini Come Tudu, I like. I do think is a pretty solid horse and probably likes a mile two. And then Brisingham and Hague, who was within half a length of taking the entire race at a mile one. That doesn't love a mile one, doesn't love a mile four, but can compete. Wins at a mile three, and the Kentucky Derby's at a mile two. Let me know what you guys think. Comment section down below right now. With that race for Lamps, 65% bar versus the 75 to 80% bar of stamina for Brisingham and Hague, but that run at Santa Anita, which would you put money on? Because I would have always said Lamps Link. Now I'm just thinking it's Brisingham and Hague. If we get a slight bit of luck and a good run, I think we might hit the distance right in the Derby and win it with Hague. Is what I'm thinking now. Like that's possible. We replicate that run in the Preakness, but with a little bit better, a little bit more luck. Maybe the best horse in that field gets a little wound up and doesn't run right. I could see us taking the Preakness as well. And then up to a mile four, which is more in touch with our distance. Is it there's a chance the Brisingham and Hague could actually win Triple Crown. Which is pure madness for me to say. But I'm not wrong, am I? Might not be likely. Maybe there are better horses out there for the runs. But I mean, we're mid-April. We've got no time for a prep race. We've basically got 6 weeks to the Derby. Like, Drum ain't running. Cops has proved that they can't even get a mile one. So they're done for the Triple Crown as well. Lamps might run at a mile two, but just I don't feel could get a mile four. And probably doesn't even get a mile one, like we said. And Brisingamen has been closer at a mile one, wins at a mile three. I think right now I'm running both of them in the Derby, seeing what happens. And then, unless one of them wins the Derby, probably run them both in the Preakness, and then just run Haig in the Belmont. With an outside chance, if Cops does gain a bit of distance, run them in the Preakness. Run both these in the Derby. Cops in the Preakness, Haig in the Belmont again. Unless he wins the Derby, in which case he runs all three. I never leave a chance at a Triple Crown off the table if I can help it. Okay. Grade 2. This horse looked good, like really good in its maiden. Kind of impressed. Decent start out to the front. It's going to drop back to the rear of the field on the outside. So we've got 4 at the front, being led out by Signore Agissa. 2 furlongs around the bend, 1.5 are already kicking on, coming onto the home stretch. Final furlong, we jump into the lead ahead of Shamal Bard and Pride Gwalia. We've got a lot of horses right there with us behind. Fleeting Moona coming up on the outside. They've got a great charge, but they've left it too late. That's a grade 2 on the 2-year-old. Blackstone getting a nice victory. It's very difficult over 5 to 6 furlongs to like really make up any distance on other horses. And so, you know, you're winning by like 2 or 3 lengths. It could be like 4, 5, 6 lengths over a mile or a mile 2. There's so little time to be able to get that distance going. But yeah, it's just so calm. It sits behind, then it kicks on, and then it drives out, and it's got the stamina not to let horses come back on it, even if they do seem to be coming at speed. I think that's like 2 or 3 of those we're starting to see emerge. It's a pattern, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Big win for Farges. 99 rated, good maiden, good grade 2. I'm pretty happy in that 2-year-old class. It's a big class. We still got 9 bodies. Who knows what we're going to get out of those? And then my big question marks over the 3s. So, yeah, that's where we're going to leave that. So, yeah. Leave your opinions, comment section down below. Like and subscribe while you're here. If you would, please. It does help out a lot. And, yeah, we're closing in on the Derby. There's not that many opportunities left. I think Lamps Link. I was going to say Lamps Link maybe needs a run. Because we got another prep race, right? But I don't know what that proves too much. that I don't already know. Brisingham and Haig, again, we could run it in that. Maybe we run them both in it. Again. Oh, I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Like, I'm torn so many directions. Those are the two that should have the distance. Cops jumped. Oh my god, cops jumped. Our decisions just got that much tougher. Oh my god, have your say on that too. Cops jumped. Drom is Cardinia Terry's daughter. 1,000,000%. Gonna stay a 6 furlong demon. Cops jumped. Lambs might like a mile 2 better than a mile 1. Cops, who knows? Haig hasn't won a grade 1. Like what do we do here? We got the QE2, which that would be really close. It would be really close. Do we run them all in the derby? We run the 3 guys in the derby. That's what I'm currently. That's what I think I would do. Let me know kind of how you would see it. I would run small drum, possibly at Chatin. Possibly at Chatin, because I just don't think there's going to be anything else. And then we just launch the other 3 at the derby. If they run well enough, run them in the Preakness. And then probably drop Lamps and Cops out. And let Haig just run the Belmonts. It has the distance for it. Unless one of the other 2 wins the other 2 races. Oh, this is what I want, though. This is what I want, where I still feel like we can run in the derby. Now I'm starting to believe more realistically that we can place in the derby and the Triple Crown races. And we're not that far off from winning at least one of them, possibly multiple. And that means then you're not that far off winning the Triple Crown either. So I hope I'm not getting ahead of myself. I don't think I am. I think it's far more realistic than when we've kind of had these thoughts previously. And honestly, I think Krabby's not that much better than these horses. Don't think there was a ton of difference in it. So we're kind of getting to that level where, against the right field, in the right situation, we could probably do something big. It's going to be so much fun to find out. I can't wait. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I've said that a few times now because I'm really interested to know your opinions on this. And cops just getting distance. Just before I ended the video, thought I'd check. Wow. Oh my god, this is far too interesting for me. Far too interesting. I'll see you next time for the derby with multiple runners. Probably. I'll see you then. Take care, y'all.